Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Mick Foley.
Tonight on Robot Wars Extreme Warriors, it's the ultimate last man standing all-out brawl as we bring you the Annihilator. Demolition reigns supreme, 6 robots. The meanest, mightiest, most menacing machines ever produced in the USA go into battle. Only one will survive. You want madness? You want mayhem? Gentlemen, start your motors. Let's check out these bots.
I'm down here in the pits, and it's time for the Annihilator. Up now, heat number 1. Let's meet the team. All right, we have Rippa Raptor. You guys feeling good today?
Yes, we're Team Raptor, and we're about to unleash our metal-chewing dinosaur to rip the competition into submission.
Watch out for those teeth. And we have Skullmania.
That's right, I'm Steve, this is Austin and Julie. We're Team Terminator, this is our robot Skullmania.
Bad boys. And we have the Red Virus ready to spread the play.
Walter from Lakewood, California. My wife Michelle, my robot Red Virus. The judges will have no trouble deciding the winner this time. We're ready to spread the virus.
Watch out for the red. And we have Unibite here. One bite out of you, and what happened?
You're gone. We're ready to take a bite out of you with our 29-inch saw blade from the robot Unibite.
Team Drillzilla. Hey, guys.
How you doing? This is the meanest walking robot ever built. We're ready to drill. We're ready to kill.
And the Conquering Clowns. They're no laughing matter.
The Conquering Clown is ready to get out there and pound him into the ground with his hammers.
All right, let's see if they can do it.
Tough talk. I hope they're ready to back it up, because if they can't, the house robots will be there waiting for them.
That's right, Mick, and at over 250 pounds, dead metal's exactly what you'll be if you get anywhere near those pneumatic pincers or those 3,000 revs per minute circular saw. Shunt may be lighter at just under 220 pounds, but has a diamond edge axe with a force of over ½ a ton per square inch. Matilda, the mechanical mother of them all, has a chainsaw turning at 3,000 RPM and hydraulic tusks. And you better believe this mother knows best. Sergeant Bash, burn baby burn. Yeah, the new recruits tremble in their boots when they see this 260-pounder armed with a regulation flamethrower. Bash is one drill instructor you don't want to fire up, but certainly not least, Sir Kill-A-Lot, who keeps all our Roboteers up at night at 600 pounds with a turning drill and fearsome hydraulic claws to spike through armor and bisect axles. This is one serious fright night. The arena also has its perils. The flames of fury for mechanical meltdown, the evil ejector to send you head over heels but not in love, and the pit of oblivion to carry beaten Roboteers down and out of the competition. Take on these hazards and our house robots at your own peril.
We've never attempted this before. 6 robots in the ring at the same time, battling it out for the right to be called the Supreme Extreme Warrior. This is the most extreme test in all of Roboteering. A free-for-all inferno where skill, courage, naked aggression, and the will to win are the only things that get you through. There is nowhere to run. Tonight, you cannot hide. Tonight, it's kill or be killed. If any robot there has any doubts in their metal heart, I suggest they quit now and save their steel skins.
Couldn't agree with you more, Mick. Well, here's how it looks in round 1. Drillzilla, Conquering Clown, Skullmania, Red Virus, Rippa Raptor, and Unibite. So let's see who's going to be the first on the scrap heap tonight.
From Sacramento, California, Skullmania.
Skullmania, in at 178 pounds, has got spikes and pneumatic lifters that act as a wedge. But those wheels are looking like the Achilles heels.
From Lakewood, California, Red Virus.
Red Virus at 200 pounds out of Lakewood, California. It's got a lifter and steel fork for weapons, but in the past, it's been a bit slow and sluggish.
From Silvis, Illinois, the Conquering Clown.
The comedy entrant, the Conquering Clown at 200 pounds with hammers and a wedge. It's really maneuverable, but I don't think it'll last very long.
From Chandler, Arizona, Rippa Raptor.
At 217 pounds, we got Rippa Raptor with demolition spinners, a lot of speed and agility, but not very protected on the inside.
From Provo, Utah, Unibite.
And we got Unibite at 217 pounds with a spinning saw blade just dying to sink its teeth into something. But it's not too much in the speed department.
From San Jose, California, Drillzilla.
And finally, Drillzilla at over 350 pounds, allowed twice the weight because it's a walker, no wheels. They can get away with that, but not much in the weaponry department. And the illustrious house robots that'll be joining us in round one will be Matilda, who changed her chainsaw for a flywheel, and Sir Kill-A-Lot. And if you look at them stat boards, maybe you better call in sick.
Roboteers, stand by.
Well, here's how it starts out in round one. 6 are gonna begin, but only 5 will make it through, and one will get sent with its tail between his legs. There's Refbot in the middle, trying to make sure everything's gonna stay, fair. And they're all off immediately, plowing into the center. Drillzilla lays into the clown like there's no tomorrow. Red Virus is backing up on Rippa Raptor. It doesn't seem to be doing too much. The clown's up on one wheel with a little bit of whiplash and a little bit of assistance from Drillzilla. Everybody's displaying their own individual strategies here, making sure they're going to be the last to survive. Red Virus trying to have a little bite of Unibite. Whoa, what happened there? Unibite took a mega bite out of Skullmania, slowly dismantling their chances. Skullmania is looking more and more like Scrapmania. There's Red Virus bringing Rippa Raptor into the corner patrol zone, right into the capable hands of Sir Kill-A-Lot. Well, you don't want to do that. You get into that CPZ for 10 seconds. Them house robots are going to come out and get you. Don't tell me Red Virus is immobilized, the only weapon on Unibite. Doesn't look to be doing too good out there. And everybody wants a piece of that clown. The clown shouldn't get too near the flame with that hairdo, or is that a hair don't? And here comes Refbot to break up the deadlock between Red Virus, Unibite, and Rippa Raptor. The clown's in there. They're all stuck in it together. And take a look at that. Skullmania spinning its wheels. It wasn't going anywhere. I wonder if that was from Unibite's little dance with it a little earlier. And now, Unibite's having a little dance with Rippa Raptor, tearing the wheelchair wheels right off. Look at that damage. And just as I suspected, Refbot's counting down to 10 seconds because Skullmania ain't going nowhere. They're history. Now it's time for the housebots to come in and clean up. This is my favorite part. The crowd is going nuts for the flipper. And I think, yep, Kill-A-Lot's gonna come and oblige them. Up and over. See ya. I love it when the audience gets what they ask for.
Cease.
Hello and thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, it seems like here on Robot Wars Annihilator version, we have ourselves our first loser of the day so far. Let's hear it for Skullmania. Come on out. Congratulations. And I've got to tell you, it seemed to me like everyone was really teeing off on the Conquering Clown team, but while they were doing that, you guys were very secretly getting your butts kicked. What do you think about that?
Well, they're supposed to beat us.
You think they were supposed to beat you? What is this, professional wrestling? This is a real deal here. What do you mean you were supposed to lose?
Well, we did as best as we could. We knew we had some tough competition out there.
Some very, very tough competition. I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot more losers today, but you guys, in my book, are the ultimate losers.
Hey, Mick, I thought you told me professional wrestling was real. Well, here's how it lines up in round 2. Skullmania's history.
1 down, 5 remain, and they're just getting the taste for the action. You can't miss it. We're back with Robot Wars, Extreme Warriors Annihilator match. We've had one battle and one robot couldn't handle the heat. Who's next? 5 bots remain. By the end of tonight, only one's going to be left standing. This is about destruction. This is about demolition. This is about decimation of the enemy. Those who can't handle the heat get melted down. Who's going down next? We're about to find out.
All right, Mick, 1 down, 5 to go, with Skullmania completely out of the picture, which leaves Unibite, Drillzilla, Rippa Raptor, Conquering Clown, and Red Virus.
Unibite, Jerome, can I tell you, for a one-man team, you did a really good job out there.
Yeah, thank you.
No, but you don't anymore. You look pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm pretty calm. No damage except for a few teeth they're missing.
A few teeth? Uh-oh. A few?
A few of them.
Maybe it should be Unigum. What do you think?
Yeah, we're thinking about calling it that.
All right, after looking at that heat, I think I found the kid that hated clowns.
Well, we thought the clown might be an easy bot to take out early, and we thought it also might be fun to set his head on fire, so we tried to push him over to the fire grate.
I know, but I didn't see any wig on fire.
Well, we got him underneath, but maybe next time we can get his head
Next
going.
time, yeah. Conquering Clown repairing frantically here to get ready for the next heat. How'd it go out there?
Oh, it went pretty good, really. We lost the top part of it, but the bottom ran real good.
Yeah, but it looked like, you know, you really didn't suffer much damage. However, you really didn't do a whole lot out there. I mean, Drillzilla took a huge bite out of you.
Oh, I know it. I think they was trying to gang up on us, though. They don't like clowns, I don't think.
I know. I think everybody's got to think for it. I'd watch out for the next heat.
Right, but we'll be ready.
There's Rippa Raptor with newly reinforced wheel coverings. Good move. And Drillzilla right there looking low to the ground. There we are to the right side. Bruce Hall, the driver of Drillzilla. And right there in the center with a hat, Robert Pitzer for the Rippa Raptor boys. Now Unibite enters the ring. Boy, they're lucky to make it through this far. And our favorite, the Conquering Clown, got a bit of whiplash, it looks like. He's having a hard time get up into his spot. There's the Grateful Dead team. Oh, no, that's the Conquering Clown guys. And last but not least, there's Red Virus, driven by Walter and Michelle Martinez, right there in the lab coats. The house robots for round 2 is going to be Shunt with that killing axe. And the sparks are going to fly because Dead Metal's in the arena. This should be a good one to watch.
Roboteers, stand by.
Just like the round before, the first one out and immobilized is history.
Activate.
Clown straight into Red Virus, immediately putting Red Virus up on the side. A lot of people thought the Clown never had a chance in robot hell of surviving, but nobody told them. Oh! Red Virus decided the Clown's rainbow fro had to go. But he's dishing out plenty of damage, even without his hammers. Oh, what happened there? It's a good possibility Unibite might be out of it. Look at that, it's not moving. It's ceasing to be. Let's check out that point of impact again. Comes right in the back of the Clown, and then gets nailed by Drillzilla, who completely incapacitates Unibite. And don't forget, when Repbot comes in, it gives a standing 10 count. And they're not moving. They're out of there. The Clown, a tenacious warrior. Don't know what kind of strategy he's been using, because he's just been given as good as he gets. And in reverse. Unibite's got the wheel going again, that saw blade, but, oh, that's a heck of a place to break down. You like it medium well done? Oh, I like a bit of searing metal. The crowd is going ballistic. They know it's coming. Refbot's got the count going. It's going, it's gone. And we know what happens to Saw losers. It's the pit. The Unibite came in with a few teeth missing, which Mick can tell you about. and paid the price. And with its prophetic bumper sticker saying dead, it's well and truly out of there. Sergeant Bash comes in to add a little bit of insult and a little bit of nip and tuck for the old Unibite boys as it's getting dragged off to the inevitable hole that the crowd knows it's coming. The crowd wants to see. Unibite hit the pits. And it's the pits indeed. Goodbye.
Cease.
All right, thank you. Well, we started out with 6, then it was 5, and now we're down to 4 because unfortunately one had to go, and that team would be Unibite. Gentlemen, come on out here. Guys, I know you've got to be disappointed. Coming in, your robot was definitely one of the favorites. Now tell me what happened out there.
I was just driving around cutting people, and then all of a sudden just stopped going. I don't know what it was. Then the saw blade turned on, and we haven't got it to turn off yet.
Indeed, it's still running out there, but unfortunately the wheels would not keep running.
They stopped.
Now, how do you feel about being outlasted by a clown?
Oh, I don't know.
okay.
It's mixed emotions.
It's a good clown. Mixed emotions?
Yeah.
I'd say there should only be one emotion, pure, unadulterated hatred, because you guys are out of the competition. But let's hear it for Unibite. Have a good trip back to Utah. Thanks a lot.
And the heat too, and you can definitely smell the heat here as Unibite goes up in flames. What happened out there?
It turns out this little $5 switch had turned off.
Just cost you.
Yeah, it cost me the match.
Ah, little $5 switch. Should have used the $10 switch. It'd still be in it. But now there's only 4 left, and you're not one of them.
We're starting to sort out the men from the boys. 2 bots are broke. 4 more will fight it out next. It's Extreme Annihilation Night here on Robot Wars Extreme Warriors, where rules are like robots. They're made to be broken, crushed, annihilated. There is only one rule tonight: win! We've lost 2 robots already, and trust me, you're not going to miss them, because the final 4 are all forces to be feared. We're on a collision course with the Extreme Warrior Annihilation Championship. Tonight, it's going to be ugly. Let's see who's left.
All right, Mick. It's down to Drillzilla, Rippa Raptor, Conquering Clown, and Red Virus for round 3.
Down here in the pits with Conquering Clown, who is definitely still smiling. You guys just are the dominant force out there. You're still alive.
Yeah, we might have lost our hammers, but we're still ready to knock their blocks out.
Well, you got the gloves here. You taking the gloves off next round or what?
Well, if they don't settle down out there, we're going to have to take the gloves off and just knock them around.
Coming over here to check out the damages to Drillzilla, and I can't really see any.
We came through unscathed in that match. We kind of enjoyed taking the chance to push Unibite into the flames, though. That was fun.
So what about the clown? You gonna give him a break next round?
We'll see what happens. The clown is still a very inviting target for us, so we'll see what happens next round.
Red Virus looking thoroughly thrashed. Drillzilla unscathed. Rippa Raptor still in it with a fight. And a nodding clown saying, come and get some. There's a Rippa Raptor and the clown teams, and Drillzilla and the Virus looking ready to go. In this round, Shunt is going to be one of the house bots, accompanied by Sir Kill-A-Lot, the biggest, the baddest, and the beefiest bot.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Drillzilla straight into the clown like white on rice. He's not letting up. The clown's getting pushed around by Drillzilla. Red Virus trying to get out of the way. Be a good time for the Conquering Clown to start using those hammers, because they don't have much else in the way of defense. At half the way to Drillzilla, it's just getting swatted around like a fly in there. Uh-oh, look at that, but stop the press! The clown drives Drillzilla right into the wall. It's pushing twice its own weight, making Drillzilla look like a little bit of a fly now. The clown gets free for a minute. Oh, but Drillzilla straight in there. Does a little bit of damage on the clown. And now we got some heavy traffic. Nobody's moving around with too much momentum right now. Rippa Raptor just dangerously close to those grinders. The clown spinning around with no sense of direction. No, it's funny they call it Drillzilla when the drill hasn't really made much of a difference as a weapon in this one. The weight has definitely been a factor. In fact, Drillzilla, low to the ground with that much weight, is gonna have its way with just about anybody in the arena. Drillzilla now pushing the clown into the CPZ, but Shunt's nowhere to be found. He must be giving some destruction somewhere else. Red Virus and Rippa Raptor still do-si-doing away. And Drillzilla bringing the clown back into the CPZ again. And this time Shunt is there with the axe down on the clown. Well, in the CPZ twice and still got away with it. How lucky can you be? Drillzilla perfectly designed to slot in right behind the clown. Clown doesn't care. He's working the audience. Oh, not too long, though. That poor guy can't sit around too long before somebody wants to come and bash his brains in. There's a good possibility the conquering clown's been conquered, because it's moving really lethargic. It doesn't seem to have much of a forward gear at all. And Drillzilla's making sure it doesn't go forward anyway. Drillzilla circling around. Uh-oh. Well, every party needs some clown to do the barbecue. I'm melting. No. Oh, dear. Ah, come on. Somebody come put the clown out. It's a family show. Oh, brother. Well, the crowd's loving it. The clown's definitely barbecued. The Rippa Raptor boys go in and off of their condolences. And he loves a bit of charcoal, that kid. Well, as if we didn't know already, Refbot comes in for the 10 count. The count the conquering clown out of there. Refbot with that fire extinguisher, putting the flames out, and the clown with him.
Well, guys, we're here to celebrate the fact that we're down to 3 teams in the Annihilator Robot Wars Challenge. There's no secret about who went out in a blaze of glory this time. Everybody, let's hear it for the clown team. Now, guys, how do you feel about that devastating defeat?
They don't like us.
I'm outraged.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, people in general hate clowns. Do you think that had something to do with the fact that you were obviously being ganged up on?
I think they all had a bad childhood.
I think you guys may have had a bad childhood and not a very good adulthood by the looks of things. But honk for happiness, ladies and gentlemen, the conquering clowns are out of the competition.
It's a bad hair day for the conquering clown, and then there were 3.
There's no mistaking it. It's all-out war, and there can be only one winner. 3 bots remain. We'll get down to 2 and set the final next. 3 bots remain, but only 2 can go on. You can't go halfway in Robot Wars Extreme Warriors. You go all out, or you don't go at all. So far, 3 bots have shown they can't cut it. Now they're scrap metal on their way to becoming bottle caps. And they'll be joined by another one. You ready for this? You want a robot riot? Let's bring it on.
Well, we're down to the last 3. Rippa Raptor, Red Virus, and Drillzilla in the pits with Rebecca.
Well, you guys got your way. Killer Clown is toast.
You got it. All I gotta say is we quit clowning around.
That's quite a production. He went up in flames. You guys didn't mess around and took care of business.
Well, we predicted that we were going to get him, and we finally did.
So what's your strategy for the next heat?
Well, we had been working a little bit with Rippa Raptor, and we both seemed to be going after the clown that time, but now with only 3 of us, I think it's all bets are off.
All bets are off. May the best man win.
I believe that's us.
Red Virus still alive. I think Ripper has your name on it, though.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's been after me for a while, so I hope he doesn't team up with the other guy and try to get me with this one.
Have you felt like maybe there's been an alliance formed?
I think so. I have a feeling.
I think Raptor is the perfect name for you guys, because you guys are just treating this thing like you're in the lagoon. You guys are tough. You know, you're out there. You're very quiet, but you're still alive.
Well, it takes a beating. It's a tough robot. We're having problems with the traction out there on the arena surface. It's real slippery.
So we want to see some action out there.
I want to rip the wheels off the Red Virus.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Rippa Raptor wants to stamp out the virus, and there's the virus now, closely followed by Drillzilla. Red Virus half the way to the other 2 guys. It's like a David and Goliath here, only there's 2 Goliaths. There they are in their lab coats. There's Rippa Raptor. And they're looking pensive, ready to go. And this might be a good reason why. Dead Metal is one of your housebot hosts for round 4 in conjunction with Matilda. It's got a little self-control problem. It might get a little bit ugly in there, so they better stay away.
Stand
and
by.
there she is now, poised and ready to pounce.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
The best bet strategy for this Red Virus team is to stay out of the action. But what are they doing? They're getting right into it. Oh, and boy, do they get into it. Look at these guys. They're stuck right in the middle, right on the edge of the corner patrol zone. Drillzilla at twice the weight, pushing him right into Dead Metal. Dead Metal too slow to make anything out of it. But it looks like Red Virus is going to try to get out of there, and Rapbot gets right in between them. Oh! What a lucky stroke for Red Virus, but Drillzilla steaming right back in there again. It looks like Rippa Raptor's just kind of going around on a Sunday cruise or something, not really doing anything. And there's Drillzilla pushing Red Virus into the corner patrol zone, right into the back of Matilda. Boy, you don't want to be there. Matilda will make a mincemeat out of him, especially with that bad hair day. You just want to stay right out of her way. Red Virus seems to get out of trouble, goes over a little barbecue right into Rippa Raptor. Drillzilla back into Red Virus again. I don't know if Red Virus is fearless or foolish. Oh, right into the angle grinder. Drillzilla having his way. Whoa, Red Virus took a real hit that time. Making up for his lack of weaponry, he's pushed him right into the grinder again. What a beating. What good tactics. Who would have guessed the tenacious Red Virus would have lasted this long? But it doesn't look like it's much longer now. Dead Metal still trying to get his teeth into Red Virus without too much luck. Red Virus looking a little bit immobilized there. I think that grinder might have done one of the wheels in or something, because he's not moving as quick as he was. He had twice the speed of everybody else, and now he's just kind of hugging up against that wheel. It's not looking good for Red Virus. It could be a Dead Virus day. Meanwhile, it looks like feeding time for Dead Metal, and Dead Metal looking hungry for a bit of virus. Rapbot's getting into the action again. I can't believe it. Is he supposed to be impartial, or what's the deal here? And even with all his help, Red Virus is looking pretty slow, pretty beaten down. He's not really moving too much. It looks like a bit of trouble here. The audience are going nuts. Rapbot knows it could be over. Counting down. If he doesn't move, he's out of there. Rapbot's made the count. And oh! Red Virus hits the wild blue yonder. Let's look at that. Oh, he got demolished. And the pit's opening up. The crowd begging for blood, or is that hydraulic fluid? It looks like Red Virus is taking a guided tour of all the worst places Extreme Warrior Warzone's got to offer. And here's definitely one of the hot spots. But you gotta give little Red Virus at half the weight 10 out of 10 for effort, because he's been looking pretty bleak at the moment, but he's been trying, he's been running around, and now it looks like he's gonna get buried. See ya!
Cease.
Here comes Red Virus. like Drillzilla and Team Raptor found an immunity shot for you guys.
Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to team up from the beginning. I sort of suspected that.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, I think that Team Raptor really didn't do that much. I mean, Red Virus was out there, really gave it all. If it was down to a judge's decision, what do you think would happen?
I definitely did a lot more fighting than they did.
I think you'd be in the final. What do you think?
That would be great because I think, you know, if you put up a fight, that should be rewarded. And if you're kind of keeping to yourself and staying out of the fight, you know, what does that prove? What are you showing?
All right, well, too bad. The plague is over and the Red Virus is dead. Better luck next time.
We had a lot of fun, though. Thank you.
Well, that's what you get for using a 63 Impala for a robot. So the Annihilator final is down to 2, Drillzilla and Rippa Raptor.
We have our finalists, but one loser log is going to be tossed on the fire next. Welcome back to the toughest, most extreme, most brutal contest in the history of Robot Wars. We've seen some action here before in this show, but this one is taking it to the maximum. 6 robots started out here tonight. Already, 4 of them are junk. The 2 left won't stop until they've achieved their aim of total annihilation. We've already seen 4 crushing battles here tonight. We're taking it up one more notch. Here's who's left.
Right you are, Mick. And here it is, Drillzilla and Rippa Raptor in the Annihilator Extreme Warrior Final.
Not only do our 2 surviving robots have to worry about each other, they know at any moment they may have to face the awesome power of one of our house robots. And believe me, you don't want to bet against the house.
You got that right, Mick. The house robots are masters of damage and destruction in the Robot Wars arena, feared by roboteers across the land, and always primed and ready to cause chaos and carnage. They are the ultimate mechanical menace. Tonight, we're going to take a closer look at Shunt. Here's the stats. Weighing in at 240 pounds, it's not one of the biggest robots in the arena, but certainly formidable. It's got a prototype electric motor that's only been used for this event and nowhere else. The weapons, diamond edge axe, and a scoop for some major flipping power. And it's got phenomenal pushing power to get you over. But if he gets flipped over, he's like a turtle on his back. Shunt might be a lightweight in house robot terms, but he's a heavyweight when it comes to having. He moves at a speed of 5 yards per second, and his motor's capable of dragging a fully loaded Jeep from a standing position to a speed of over 5 miles an hour. Shunt might be the lightest of the house robots, but no opponent's gonna get off lightly when they're at the receiving end of a deadly diamond edge axe with a force of over 1/2 ton per square inch. His design's reminiscent of a bulldozer with a rear-mounted scoop and that fearsome axe. Both of them powered by pressurized carbon dioxide. Shunt's chassis and scoops are made of steel, while his superstructure is molded fiberglass. Shunt's extremely resilient structure and low profile ensure that he can take just about anything thrown at him. However, you better not mess with Shunt unless you want to meet trouble head on.
Now let's go see if that has made either of our bots down in the pits have second thoughts about their chances.
Thanks, Vic, down here in the pits with Drillzilla, who definitely has no second thoughts about their chances going into the finals. They are just calm, cool, and collective still. So, I mean, what's the most damage that you guys have sustained so far?
We have taken very little damage. All that happened was Unibite hit us with their 12-inch saw, and that took out about half their teeth. Other than that, we are completely unscathed.
I guess I'll let you guys get ready for the finals. Maybe go get some massages, get your nails done.
We don't have much to do. We're ready.
All right, best of luck.
Thanks.
Let's check out the second half of the Alliance. Rippa Raptor, how are the repairs coming?
The repairs are going pretty good. The problems we had in the arena was our dinosaur took on your rhinoceros and apparently did some damage here where she was ripping up on our safety cage that protects our belts and pulleys.
She was having her way with you.
Yeah, she was pushing us around pretty good.
The field of 6 is now just 2, and only one can survive. Who's got balls of steel and who's a tin can looking to get kicked? Stick around and find out. Annihilation Night has lived up to the hype here on Robot Wars Extreme Warriors. And Extreme Annihilation is what we've had. The most brutal, the most crushing, the most fearsome battles we've ever witnessed. And now, the moment of truth. They've gotten this far. Who will go all the way? Only one can become our Extreme Warrior Annihilator champion. The other will be forgotten because second place sucks. Who will end up on the scrap heap of history? It's all or nothing.
There's been a lot of finger pointing up until now, so it's hero or zero time for Drillzilla and Rippa Raptor.
Somebody's going to the junkyard. Finals of the Annihilator coming out. You got Team Raptor and Drillzilla. You guys ready to go up against Drillzilla? They have a tough game.
Yeah, it's just a big aluminum block, and you know, I think we can take it down without much issue.
Without much issue? I don't know. I think there's been an issue because I think you guys have been riding on their coattails, to tell you the truth.
Oh, whatever. You know, we've been beaten, chewed on, and thrown around the arena, but we're still ripping.
All right, let's see if you turn some alligator meat. All right, Drillzilla, big boys, how are you?
Really good.
How you doing?
Feeling confident still?
More confident than ever. We only got one thing to say. 1 minute or less, knockout in 1 minute or less.
Listen to that challenge. What do you think?
Yeah, whatever.
Boys, man.
I don't think so.
We're going to flip you. We're going to get you over.
Push us. I don't think so.
All right, let's take it to the war zone.
Well, that's fighting words from the Drillzilla boys. Nice bot, but shame about the shirts. Up to this point, Rippa Raptor's been taking a lot of abuse, but not dishing out much. That's gonna have to change if they want to wear that coveted Robot Wars Extreme Warriors Annihilator champ belt. And lurking in the CPZs, it's Sergeant Bash with his buddy, Shunt.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Seems like Rippa Raptor snuck in a back door on this final. I don't know how they got in there. Oh, look at that! Drillzilla goes in for a huge hit to the side of Rippa Raptor. It just goes to show how powerful you need to be Annihilator champs. Extinction might be on the cards for the Raptor boys if they can't get their bottom gear. Drillzilla having their way, pushing Rippa Raptor right into the capable hands of Sergeant Bash, who seems to be dragging Rippa Raptor right back into his lair. But a little extra damage. Drillzilla still going at it. Ooh, brutal. Got a serious run at him now. Oh, those guys are going nowhere. Refbot's counting them out. They are history. And Drillzilla, they were right. They said it wouldn't take a minute to get rid of these guys. We thought they were conceited, but I guess they were convinced. Oh, and the flames go up on the Rippa Raptor boys. It's getting a little toasty in there, and it's all over for them. The crowd is going nuts. They're yelling, Pit, Pit, give him the hole. Send him down. But it looks like Shunt might just take him to the flipper first, just for a little extra insult. Oh, hang time. He got some serious air off of that flipper. The audience knows it's coming. It's the Pit, and nothing but the Pit. Shunt sets him up, Drillzilla knocks him down. ABC ya! And now we've got a champion.
Now that is what Robot Wars is all about. We named it Annihilation. Indeed it was. It was total annihilation. I'm going to ask both these great teams to come in because they both deserve to be in the finals. Let's give them a great round of applause. Come on, guys. Let's come on in here. Guys, you did a great job. Now, first off, let me talk to the Raptor team. Now, you guys were a formidable team, right? You showed me the ins and outs of your machine, did very well all the way into the finals, kind of danced your way into the finals. Then you get out there with Drillzilla, and what the heck happened?
Well, I don't know. We took a pretty hard hit the second time we rammed head on. And what I'm thinking is one of the batteries got knocked loose up into the motors and shorted out the whole electrical system.
You know what? I've been around a long time, and I got to tell you what, there's 3 just completely dominating moments I remember best in my life. 1, when Pete Rose ran over Ray Fosse at the plate in the 1969 All-Star Game. 2, when Sergeant Hulka doubled over John Winger with 1 punch to the solar plexus and stripes. And this Finals of Annihilation when Drillzilla just drilled you guys. Now tell me, you guys were just devastating. What was the deal?
Superior robot technology. This guy has developed a drive system, a walking robot with a lot of power and a lot of weight that just has its way with any other robot.
It was an incredibly impressive performance, but I got to tell you, the camera cut to you guys right after the big victory, possibly the worst high five in entertainment history. You guys almost completely missed hands. You guys had to know that the winner of this whole thing would get to be presented the trophy by our very own Rebecca. Yeah. How heavily did that factor weigh in your mind?
It was huge.
And here she is right now to present the trophy.
Oh my God.
To Drillzilla, it is Rebecca.
I want to present this to Drillzilla. You did an excellent job.
Right. Champions, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Drillzilla. We've crowned an Annihilator champion. And that's what Robot Wars Extreme Warriors is all about. Champions. But you can't ever relax when you get to the top, because while there's robots out there, there's always another challenge. There's always a bigger danger. There's always a tougher fight. That's life. This is Robot Wars Extreme Warriors. And until next time, fight on.
All right, Mick, we've seen some crashing, we've seen some bashing, crunching and smashing here on Robot Wars Extreme Warriors Annihilator Special. But before we go, there's just time for one last word from the losers, the Rippa Raptor boys.
Well, the Rippa Raptor got beaten, stabbed, and thrown around the arena, and then somebody threw it in the pit. But it's one tough dinosaur, and it'll be back.
And we've got plenty more species like it and better coming your way.